That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, what started off as this little low-budget action film that probably not a lot of people are going to go and watch, and was something that, you know, you could put Keanu Reeves in at that time because his career was practically dead. The John Wick franchise has gone on to become one of the most celebrated in the business. Now, after the end of John Wick 4, a lot of people thought, well, tout fini, that's it. The franchise is now done. But not so fast. There started to be some whispers and talks about, like, maybe we go back. Maybe we bring John Wick back. Maybe we do a John Wick 5. There have been some hints dropped over the last couple of months about that. But now it's official. Top executives over at Lionsgate have now said, oh, no, we're developing John Wick 5. This comes to us from Screen Rant, who says this, and this is one of the executives at Lionsgate. This world continues to grow and expand in incredible ways. Up next, of course, we have Ballerina, which I'm really looking forward to, which is our first spin-off movie, and we can't wait for that to release to the world. Of course, we've announced we're working on a 5th John Wick film. I think there are more spin-offs to come, a TV series, video game, etc., and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, we've heard the reports, we've seen that, but now this is the first time an executive's come right out and said, we're doing John Wick 5. We're doing John Wick 5. Okay, that brings up the question that I've already heard a lot of people asking, which is, do we need another John Wick film? I mean, he did his story. He dies. Do we need to continue that? Like, he's basically done the story. My response to that would be this. The John Wick story was really kind of done at the end of 1.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And then they decided to stretch it out and add new elements of the mythology. And we lean more heavily into the high table and the background and the story and the mythos of that world and all that kind of stuff. And then every movie becomes this increasingly raising the table of what wild, crazy stuff can we see John Wick do now? Now, Keanu Reeves is approaching his 60s, or is he in his 60s already? Can somebody look up the age for Keanu Reeves for me? But he's getting older. He's still in tremendous shape.
60.
He's 60. Okay. So he's still in tremendous shape, obviously. So I think he can still pull all this stuff off. To me, the magic of John Wick is just, it's kind of like a zombie movie in a way. They're all the same, but some are better than others. And when you do them great, like say a Train to Busan or something like that, even though it's the same thing we've already seen, it's ludicrously fun. I can just go back and watch John Wick doing his thing. Give him somebody to be mad at. Just give him somebody to be mad at, and I'm on board with it. So I love this idea. Chris, should they just let John Wick go and maybe try to do more stuff with the world of the Continental and things like that? Or do you like the idea of them going back to it and having another John Wick film?
I want him to live forever. I want him to be resurrected. I want them to Solomon Grundy his body. That's what I want. As long as the stories are still fun and good, I think this is fine. I do think exploring the world is probably the smarter move, because if we do have this reboot of his death was faked or it does take away some of the stakes here. But then again, we see this with superheroes all the time. No, they weren't really dead. This actually happened.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can do that.
To be fair, though, on that point real quick, I never actually bought he was dead.
Yeah.
Because we see him pass out. We don't ever really see him die.
Exactly.
Nope, they
And
just
it's
have
like
a
we-
funeral.
we
You
don't-
can't trust an off-screen death.
Yeah. So even when that movie was done, I was like, I don't think he's dead.
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
I went into it because my CinemaCon Lyft driver spoiled it for me, where he's like, oh, you're here to talk about movies? You saw John Wick last night, right? It's crazy that he died. And I was like, cool, man. Thank you so much. Good chat. But then when I watched it, I had that same kind of reaction of, but is he?
Yeah. You're like, stupid Uber driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Even at the end of the movie, I didn't actually believe he was dead. Anyway, Rob, what do you think? Should they just move on from John Wick at this point? I mean, Keanu Reeves is 60. He's made comments before about his knees don't quite work the way they used to. Or do you absolutely keep going back to this well if you can?
Johnny Five is alive. No, I think for sure come on, man. They made
Steve Guttenberg going to be in this too?
Oh, the goose?
Steve Gutenberg needs
The
more work.
Goose?
Did you see?
Good.
He's
a
the head of-
hero.
After what?
A
Yes,
goddamn
after what he
hero.
did in the LA
Yes.
fires, bring
Yes.
Gutenberg back.
The
Justice
goose
for
is the head of the
Steve.
High Council.
Cocoon 3. No, I think that why not? You know, this is a beautiful, handsome-looking franchise. I've never thought that I would get as much enjoyment about watching one man shoot so many other dudes in the head as I have from this franchise. I think this franchise delivers. I mean, it is, look, ultimately it's a great B movie franchise, you know, but it's got an A-list sheen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy watching these movies. Some I like more than others. I think, like you said, the first one is a kind of a perfect movie for what it is.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
I mean, it is, the cast is great. Everything is great about it. I mean, if you think about it and you go back and watch, like how John Wick just knows the cops. And if he wants to call somebody to clean his house, they come and clean his house. Hey, John, how's it going? I mean, I love the first John Wick. Loved it. And then it gets a little silly. But you know what? Now you got the Continental TV series. You got Ballerina coming out. The world that they're building is interesting. I mean, maybe if they did, like, I always think about Godfather 2, where they've got like one story paralleling, like one story in the past paralleling. There's so many things you could do with this. And if he doesn't want to do all the stunts, make John Wick, the present day John Wick, less of a focus, or I don't know. I mean, we're getting John Wick in Ballerina. Who doesn't want to see him?
By the way, he's not just a quick cameo in Ballerina. He's in a lot of the movies.
Yeah, I know.
But who was it that brought the other day? Like, just give us Nobody, Atomic Blonde, and John Wick all together in one movie. And then you got your Avengers. You know, I still say, you talk about the first movie being nearly perfect. Like, without exaggeration, one of my all-time favorite, I'd say my top 15 all-time favorite movie moments ever. This Russian mob boss on the phone with a lackey. You want to tell me why you laid hands on my son? He stole John Wick's car. Oh. That line. Oh. It was like one of the greatest moments. It told you everything you needed to know. It was so great. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor for today's episode, Ridge. All right, guys, let's talk wallets for a second. If you are still using that bulky, falling apart, overstuffed leather wallet, then it's time for an upgrade. I've had my eye on Ridge wallets for a couple of years now, and I finally recently made the switch to it, and I am absolutely never going back. This thing looks great. It's sleek, ultra minimalist, and can hold up to 12 cards plus cash, all without bulking up my pockets. It's made from high performance materials like carbon fiber and titanium, meaning it's built to last a lifetime. Ridge will even back it with a lifetime warranty. And this thing has the dual combo of looking great and being far more comfortable than that thick wallet. Because there's no win with the thick wallet, right? Like, if you put it in your back pocket, it's uncomfortable to sit down, and it looks absolutely stupid in the front of your pants if you shove it into your front pocket. And right now, Ridge is having their once-a-year anniversary sale. Get up to 40% off at ridge.com/Campea. Just head over to ridge.com/Campea to see their biggest sale of the year. Now, after you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that I sent you. Once again, that's ridge.com/Campea. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Executives at Lionsgate are saying, yeah, we are currently working on John Wick 5. We're going to make this thing happen. Should they stop at this point? Maybe they start calling the franchise Old Man John Wick. I don't know. I'm all for it, though. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.